Maybe your web designer is not the reason that you have a low conversion rate. Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're going to be asking a very important question for any online business to consider. Is your website converting traffic? Now, maybe you've been struggling with this problem. You see the traffic coming into your website. You have a good design, beautiful layout. You have a wonderful color scheme and branding and all of that. You have a very clear, prominent call to action for your visitors. And yet the traffic comes, nobody's buying anything, nobody's booking any appointments, and nobody's even leaving an email or subscribing. What is going on? Well, if you find yourself in this situation, maybe you need to step back and ask a different question. And maybe it's not, is my website converting traffic, but rather, is my offer converting people? Now ask yourself, what am I actually offering to the visitors on my site? Is this something that's going to make their life easier? Are you adding value to their life or their business? Hopefully you are, and if you are, have you clearly and repeatedly communicated that to them on their site? Do they know what benefits they're going to get if they choose to do business with you? Now remember, you're basically asking total strangers to trust you with their time and their money, and that can be a really difficult sell. Let's look at a couple things that we can do to try to soften that blow a little bit so you can get a higher conversion rate on your website. Tip number one, don't just solve their problem. Paint a picture of what their life is going to look like if they choose to do business with you. And you want to really highlight the positive results and the added value in their life so that they can see exactly what your business, what benefit you're going to bring them. An example of that would be this. If you are like a web developer and you go to a small business and you say, hey, you have kind of a bad website, I can fix it, I can make it a lot better, well, then you're probably going to have a pretty low conversion rate because most small businesses, their big point of pain is not that their website is not as good as it could be. It's not that it's a little ugly, it's got a somewhat bad layout. No, their problem is that they've invested money into their website and they don't see the revenue coming in. They don't see the sales coming in. They don't see booked appointments coming in. They don't see subscriptions coming in. Whatever it is that they're selling, whatever it is they're trying to generate from their website, they don't see that. So you need to go to them and explain to them how a better design and the way that you're going to lay out their website is going to bring in more traffic to their website. It's going to bring in more sales from their website. It's going to bring in more booked appointments. It's going to bring in more paid subscriptions. Whatever it is that they're doing, whatever it is that they're selling or generating from their website, you need to show them how hiring you is going to bring more of that into their business. Tip number two, try to reduce as much of the risk as you can for your customer. Anytime you enter into a new business or a client or a customer relationship with people, you inevitably are going to enter some degree of risk. And that's because you don't know each other yet. There's not a strong relational bond. There's not a strong professional bond. You don't know who you're doing business with entirely. And they could try to cheat you. They could try to scam you. All of these things are true. So when people come to your website and they don't know who you are, they're usually skeptical and you have to prove it to them. And one way that you can do that is try to reverse the risk on your offer. And what I mean by that is offering something like a free sample or a free limited trial of your product or service. Or maybe you offer a money back guarantee. Hey, we're going to guarantee that we get these results for you. And if we don't get those, then we work for free. Now, obviously, you don't want to do that outside of the realm of what you're confident that you can actually do. But offering something like a trial or a sample to somebody is no big deal if you genuinely and legitimately believe in your product or service, and you believe that it's going to add value and benefit to their life, then offering them a limited time sample or trial of that is not a big deal because when they see that benefit and that value that you've added, they will become a paying customer. And if they don't see that value, well, then maybe they're not your target customer anyway. And the third tip, reduce as much decision friction as possible. And basically, decision friction is anything that the user has to do to say yes to your offer. So if you're having people sign up for like a newsletter subscription, well, then only take their email. You don't need their name or their phone number or their address. You don't need any of that. And the longer the form, the less likely they are to actually fill it out. If you're having people sign up for like a trial of your service, don't take their payment information. If you're confident that you're going to bring a value and bring benefits into their life, then when they see those benefits, when they see that added value, they'll give you the credit card information then. You don't need that before they trust you. The less somebody has to do to say yes to your offer, the less decision friction you have, the more likely people are to actually say yes to your offer. In summary, if your offer that you have on your website is clearly highlighting and showing people the benefits that are going to come in their life if they do business with you, if you're reversing a lot of the risk on the transaction, and if you're removing as much decision friction as possible, then you're going to see a lot more people on your site turning into leads and then eventually into customers. If you found this content helpful, make sure to check out our full ebook guide, How to Turn Website Traffic into Sales. It's totally free and you can get that down in the link in the description below. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification if you want to learn more tips on how to grow your digital presence.